What's up, everyone? And today I'm bringing a deck profile on my Morphtronics. Now, Morphtronics is a deck, it's a pretty interesting deck that gains different effects depending on whether it's in attack position or defense position. And it actually has some pretty good cards, like Stealth on here is insane, because it doesn't even have it once per turn. But before we get into that, I'd just like to mention for you to subscribe to the channel, because less than 80% of the people watching this video are not subscribed. Now with that out of the way, let's get right into the deck profile. First off, I run 3 Morphtronic Selphon. Selphon is easily the best card in this deck. First off, like, it's not even a hard once per turn. Like, every time you summon it, it's a soft once per turn. When this card is in attack position, once per turn you can roll a 6-sided die. Reveal that many cards, special summon 1 level 4 or lower Morphtronic monster amongst them, ignoring their summoning condition. So basically, it even works with the smartphone. And this is easily the monster you want to have on the field the most. Now the second effect, when it's in defense position, you can, instead of a special summon, you can rearrange it. Next, I run 3 Morphtronic Smartphone. Smartphone, when it's in attack position, once per turn you can roll a 6-sided die, reveal that many cards from the top of your deck, and add 1 Morphtronic card from your deck to your hand. Then add 1 Morphtronic card to your hand. Then shuffle the rest into the deck. Now the defense effect doesn't really even matter because you never want to summon it in defense position. Also run 2 Morphtronic Lantron. Lantron, when it's in attack position, any effect damage you would take from an opponent's card effect is inflicted to your opponent instead. And in defense position, when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you take no battle damage this turn. Now this one doesn't really matter for the effect. Actually, only 3 of the Morphtronic monsters even have effects that matter. The rest of them, they're just bodies. That is Cellphone, Smartphone, and the 3 Morphtronic Scopin. Scopin, when it is in attack position once per turn, you can special summon 1 level 4 Morphtronic monster from your hand, but destroy it during the end phase. And then if it's in defense position, it becomes a level 4, but you don't want it in defense position. Also run the 2 Staplin and the 2 Slingen. Now, these ones' effects don't really matter because they're not even that great, but you mainly want them for the Morphtronic Scopin. And I also run 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Moving on to the spells, and we have a lot. First off, I run 3 Morphtronic Repair Unit. Repair Unit is a kind of like a premature burial for your Morphtronics. Send 1 Morphtronic monster from your hand to the graveyard. Select 1 Morphtronic monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. Next, I run 3 Junk Box. Jump Box, you can select a special summon 1 level 4 lower Morphtronic monster from the graveyard, but destroy it during the end phase. And I also run the 2 World Legacy Succession and the 1 Monster Reborn. I also run 3 Machine Duplication. So your main target for this is Selphon. You can also use Lantron, but you mainly want to use it on the Selphon to get the maximum play. I also run 3 Pot of Desires for draw power. Now the next card, it's a proxy because I cannot find my copies. Like, I had them a few days ago, but now I don't even know where they are. And that was my 3 Where Art Thou? I believe that was the name. Essentially, if you control a level 1 monster, you can add 1 level 1 monster from your deck to your hand. Although if you don't normal summon it, you take 2,000 on the end phase, which doesn't really matter. But essentially, if you have a Smartphone, you can if you have Cellphone, you can get the Smartphone. I also run 2 Desynchro, because I do run Formula Synchron, and if I happen to have that in hand, then that's just a draw 2. As well as a 1-for-1 and a Called by the Grave. Moving on to the extra deck. I run the 1 Power Tool Dragon. Power Tool Dragon, once per turn you can reveal 3 equipped spell cards from your deck. Your opponent randomly adds 1 of them to your hand, and you shuffle the rest back into the deck. Sometimes I don't really use this effect because I only run 3 equipped spells, so if I draw 1, it's automatically I can't use it. But it is a level 7, and I can help use it to go into stuff like Crystal Wing or Borreload Savage Dragon. I also run the 1 TG Hyper Librarian and the 1 Brio just for level 5 and 6 synchros. I also run the 2 Formula Synchron. Formula Synchron, when it is synchro summon, you can draw 1 card, and once per chain during your opponent's main phase, you can quick effect. Immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon using this card you control. Next, I also run the 1 Borreload Savage Dragon, as well as a Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, and he goes for Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Now for the links, I run 1 Crystal 1 Halki Fibrax, and the 1 Platinum Gadget. Definitely run Platinum Gadget, as it really helps out essentially being an extra summon. I also run the 1 Link Rebo. It does come up sometimes. The 1 IP Masquerena. I use IP Masquerena mainly to go into Apollosa, because Platinum Gadget cannot be used as Link Summon to turn it as Summon, so essentially I'd have Masquerena, then just go into Apollosa using it on my opponent's turn. As well as the 1 Nightmare Unicorn, an Apollosa, and an access code to round out the extra deck. Let me know, what do you think of Morphtronic? Do you think it's a pretty cool deck? Do you think it needs some more support? Do you think Cellphon's pretty good? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video I make. Bye.